वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीयतमहं प्रपद्ये नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिस्वरूपाय गोविन्दिति नामिने गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे परतत्त्वप्रकाशिने श्रीदामोदर देवस्य प्रियाय ते नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिस्वरूप दामोदरीति नामिने नमस्सद्भक्तमनये मणिपुरोद्भवाय च शिलप्रभुपादलसत्वानि प्रचारनिरताय ते नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone in the study of Krishna consciousness. We continue our study, and the practice of Krishna consciousness is a heart-based practice. It is love-centered. No? It is purely love-centered practice. And lots of teachings, instructions, learning along the way as we progress in our journey of purifying our existence, attaining the highest potential possible for a human being, which is unlocked, which is brought in front of our experience only and only by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No other personality ever introduced us to this highest benefit, highest interest, ultimate joy of a soul. The saturation of a soul will find its saturation only in Krishna bhajan, only in Krishna bhajan. Yeah? Only serving the divine couple, the Yugal Sarkar. And as we have said repeatedly, whenever we say Krishna bhajan, we just do not mean Ekaki Krishna, not just Krishna. Krishna is never alone. And when we say Krishna bhajan, we mean the bhakti as is done in Vrindavan, in Braj, in Braj Bhumi, the Braj Bhakti, Braj Preeti. And what is the nature of that bhakti? It is Raganuga Bhakti. The beginning of it is Raganuga Bhakti. That sort of bhakti, the beginning of which is Raganuga Bhakti. The soul, each and every one of us will find our utmost saturation only at the divine lotus feet of the divine couple, when we serve the divine couple. And for us to come to that stage, the indispensable step, the indispensable manner approach is by taking the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, coming across of a pure Vaishnava, a complete pure Vaishnava, non-political, nothing like that. And it's just not like non-political. A pure Vaishnava who is imbued, who is completely engaged in pure loving sentiments. That personality who appears to as Shyam Sundar. That personality who appears to as Radharani. And that a personality who appears, and by appearing, not just not in the sense physically looking good looking or good kirtan leader or this, no. In consciousness, through whose speech, through whose words, whose behavior, action, है ना? One who instigates Krishna consciousness amongst us. One who activates Krishna consciousness amongst us. Who makes us greedy for the love of Godhead. Yeah. That coming across that personality, we need to take shelter of. We need to find and take shelter of that personality. And then Krishna consciousness is sublime. Is sublime. So as we have been studying and practicing Krishna consciousness, uh, it is love centered, no? It is heart centered altogether. So our acharyas, no? The even Bhagavad Gita is the foundational study of our Krishna consciousness, of our practice of Krishna consciousness. It speaks on karma yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga, hatha yoga, different forms of yoga, jnana yoga, and predominantly bhakti yoga. And bhakti yoga stands out. योगिनाम अपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनांतर आत्मना श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम समे युक्त तमो मत है ना. This is Lord Shri Krishna saying, chapter 6, text 47 of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells to Arjuna, of all yogis, one who is completely in love and faith in with faith and pure love with me and serving me with pure loving devotion. है He is the best of all yogi. And in that purport, Prabhupada helps us understand. He says there are various mountains, but the best mountain range is what? The Himalayas, no? And there are many who climb mountains in Scandinavian countries, in Canada or USA, in some places in Europe. Different mountain range, Alps, in Scotland as well, there's some mountain range and different places. But the top is what? Mount Everest. And one who has climbed Mount Everest, it is assured, okay, then he has done all of the climbing, nothing there's as such. So that is bhakti yoga. When we take into loving devotional service, when we serve Lord Shri Krishna, Vaishnavas, then by engaging ourselves in this prema bhakti, all others, everything is taken care of. Every other aspect requirement is fulfilled. Uh, Everything. One who does Krishna bhajan, sarva karma kritvai. In Chaitanya Charitamrita we see that nothing is as such pending for him. Even Shrimad Bhagavatam, not just even like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the message is same. It's the same message. So Bhagavatam says us what? Devarshipit bhutaptaninam pritrinam na kinkaro nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmanaye sharanam sharanyam गतो मुकुंद परिहित्य कर्तम है ना. 11:5:41 we can see devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitrinam. Devarshi na, who are the rishis, the saints among demigods. Bhutapta, of ordinary living beings, living entities. Bhutapta na, that is living entities, living beings. We can see translation, so it will be coming on screen. Nrinam, Nrinin, Pitranam, ancestors, and human beings, and then kings. Na kinkaro nayam rinicha rajan. So one, essentially the message is one who has taken shelter of Lord Shri Krishna. Sarvatmanaye Sharanam Sharanyam. One who practices Krishna consciousness, taken the shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, Gato Mukundam Parihitya Kartam. For him, he has attained the message of life and everything. Shrimad Bhagavatam 11:5:41. We all are debtors, we all are rinis, we all are debtors to whom? To saintly personalities, to demigods, okay? To parents, ancestors. We are debtors to so many huge list, and we cannot fulfill each and everyone's debt. No, we cannot. Yeah. But only when we take shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, then all that we can free ourselves from that. And that does not mean that we disrespect our parents or anyone. No, no, no. So what is the translation? Devarshi Bhutaptar Ninam Pitrinam Na Kinkaro Nayam Rinicha Rajan. Yeah. So one who has given up all material duties and taken full shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who offers shelter to all. Na? One name of Mukund is one who gives shelter to everyone. But when gopis, gopis have a different, of course, different take and everything. They share a different relationship with Krishna altogether. This name Mukunda is amongst the saintly personalities, of course, amongst devotees, it is so revered. है ना? Because what? Mukunda is what? One who gives all shelter, one who gives liberation, one who provides liberation, one who frees us from entanglement is Mukunda. Hmm? But the gopis say, Are Bapre, what Mukunda are you? Huh? You freed us from what entanglement? Rather, you put us in big entanglement. We are stuck now. We are stuck. We were better off. We were better off by being not Krishna conscious. We were much better off when we were not thinking of you. Uh, at least that time we were able to look into the house, family, and everything. But now we are of nowhere. We cannot come and unite with you. We cannot spend time with you. We cannot be with you. Our hearts yearn, long care for you, but we cannot be with you. And same time, we don't have any business now with friends, family members. What do we do? So we are of nowhere. So this, in a way, they are not kind of appreciating this Mukunda meaning. They are saying what Mukund is this. It is not good. It is not good. The point is, one who takes shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, he is freed from all obligations. Nah. But that doesn't mean again that we don't look after parents, family, house, job, work, all of this. No. Rather, we do more due diligently. We do more nicely, more perfectly, with more consciously, cautiously, carefully, and protecting our Bhakti Lata Beach, keeping our Bhakti Lata Beach intact. That's how we continue. So as we studied now in the preface of Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada says that advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the practitioner. Also, the foundation of Krishna consciousness is what? Humility. Humility is the foundation of Krishna consciousness. For us to become humble, stay humble, and forever be humble. And Sanatana Goswami Pad in Brihad Bhagavad Mrita, and we see all this in the writings of our Acharyas, Goswamis. At a stage, humility becomes synonymous to love. Yeah, humility becomes synonymous to love. At a stage, humility becomes synonymous, to greed. It becomes synonymous to desire at a stage. That stage we desire. That stage we desire to attain in our practice of Krishna consciousness. So in Bhagavad Gita, we see Krishna told Arjuna, Yoginam api sarvesham, the glories of Bhakti Yoga. And 7th chapter we see Krishna says, the first sloka, Mai asakta manapartha, yogam yanjan madashraya, asam sayam samagram mam, yattha gyashasi tachrinu. Become attached to me, Arjuna. And listen from me. I will free you from all doubts. The science, the practice of Krishna consciousness. So our acharyas have given us everything. And actually, when we see now the writings of Srila Rupa Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, so much of they have nothing is that is missing. Everything is provided to us. Yeah. It's just we need to wake ourselves up. We need to wake up. Yeah. That is only needed. Everything is given. We need to wake up, and lots and lots and lots more and more we come, provided we keep a good attitude, humble attitude. So we see, in order for us to become humble, or as we have been studying now, that we are not this body, that this much, okay, theoretically we understand we are not this body, but then which body are we? Yeah? Which body are we? This thing. And to inquire, to do it, athato brahma jigyasa na. This would be a proper brahma jigyasa, athato para brahma jigyasa na. This thing. So in order to understand, like as we were studying yesterday, na, this two different parts in Krishna consciousness, nothing out of context though. Things should never be taken out of context, or nothing like incidental or to pick and choose. But overall, if we see, it is undeniable. The message in Krishna consciousness is to attain Krishna Prem. Yeah? But for us, Krishna Prem is what? Radha Dasyam. For us, Krishna Prem translates to Radha Dasyam. Simple as that. Yeah? To get attaining Radha Bhav. And who are those who possess Radha Bhav? Those are Radharani's Priya Kinkaris, Dasis, who are referred to as Manjaris. This. So, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we see in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu the definition of bhakti being given. What? Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. Anukulyena Krishnanushīlanam Bhaktiruttama. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. No other desire. Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. That Gyan, Karm, and anything else, Anavritam, they get covered altogether. Anukulyena Krishnanushīlanam Bhaktiruttama. What is Bhakti? Uttama Bhakti, definition of Uttama Bhakti is something which is favorably pleasing to Krishna. Anukulyena Krishnanushīlanam. Now, not just something which is pleasing to Krishna, but what? Favorably pleasing to Krishna. Not something that, not anything and everything that gives joy to Krishna need not necessarily be Shuddha Prema Bhakti. Like in the sense, in Vrindavan, so many demons used to come. And Krishna used to enjoy fighting with them. Okay, yes. Fought with them. When Krishna went to Mathura, he had a fight with Chanura and Mushtika, the wrestlers of Kamsa, and like that. And he liked it. Okay, it gives him Veer Rasa. He gets this Veer Rasa. It is one of the rasa. He enjoyed this Veer Rasa, Shivalras Ras. But then, can it be called Bhakti? No, it is not Bhakti. All the demons who came in Vrindavan, Krishna got some Veer Ras out of it. Balramji got Veer Ras out of it, but that is not Bhakti, because their intention, it was not Anukulyena Krishnanushīlanam. And what do we see? On another hand, Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, we all are aware of Damodar Leela, Ukhal Bandhan, Dam Bandhan Leela. What? Mother Yashoda is preparing milk for Kana. She is boiling the milk for Kana, for Krishna. And Krishna has woken up and he comes to Mother Yashoda. And he wants to be breastfed. And he's relishing the company, is lying on the lap of Mother Yashoda and drinking her milk. And Mother Yashoda sees, oh no, I put milk in the stove in the kitchen and it is coming to a boiling point. The milk will boil over. So what does she do? She puts Krishna down. She puts him down and goes to turn off that milk in the milk stove. Again, we all are aware of this pastime. Now, in this pastime, so much of paradoxes, doxical nature comes about. See, Krishna, who is a who? He is a aptakam. Yeah. All his desires are fulfilled, self-satisfied. But no, in this pastime we see he is not at all satisfied. Mother put him down and he's like angry. Yeah. Krishna says na, in Bhagavad Gita chapter 16 text 21, Krishna says na, Trividam Narakasya idam, the three doors to hell. है ना? Dwaram Nasanam Atmana. These are the three doors to hell which take away our consciousness altogether. है ना? Kamas, Krodhas, Tada, Lobhas. है ना? Kam, Krodh and Lobh, lust, anger and greed. So these have to be all given up. है ना? And in this pastime we see Krishna become angry. God becomes angry. But this is transcendental anger. Krishna becomes angry in this pastime. Krishna becomes greedy in this pastime. Krishna becomes lusty in this pastime. He's wanting, Mother, how could you drop me? How could you leave me? It's such an insult. So many things came in his like, Balya Leela of Krishna. He's like, oh no, I don't have any reputation in the house. Such an insult. Bapre, I thought she loves me, but she cares for the milk more. What is that milk? No. So, and Sanatan Goswami Pad, he has given us a beautiful explanations, lots and lots of beautiful explanations. Sanatan Goswami Pad, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in their writings, how the milk, the mood of the milk, the mood of everyone. So in this pastime, but thing is that Krishna becomes greedy, Krishna becomes angry, Krishna becomes lusty, and Mother Yashoda. He's telling us don't be like this. He becomes like this for the love of Mother Yashoda. And Yashoda puts Krishna away. He's angry. He puts Krishna away and goes to look after the milk. And now Acharyas, Baba, they glorify this act of Yashoda. They glorify Yashoda's binding up Krishna. They glorify heavily, fully. So this is bhakti. Why? Because this is anukulyena Krishnanushilana. Her Yashoda's leaving Krishna was to look after the milk, but not for herself, for Krishna's sake, to bring joy to Krishna, for Krishna's sake. This thing. So when Krishna and Balaram used to come home from Gocharan Leela, or any other day, let's say, playing in the house or outside, they would do their dresses dirty. So Yashoda will shout at them, Krishna, you don't know how to eat. Why do you make your dress this dirty? All of this. She's so much looking after Krishna and Krishna's paraphernalia and shouting at Krishna. But this is bhakti. Why? Because anukulyena Krishna anushilana. That see the bhakti of Yashoda, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Text 45. We can request Kamanga Harini to read the translation. What Sukdev Goswami is speaking about Yashoda, Traya Chopanishad Bhischa Sankhya Yogescha Satvate Upagiyamana Mahatmyam Harim Samanyata Atmajam, Traya Chopanishad Bhischa, the three Vedas and Upanishads and all. Sankhya Yogascha Satvate, all the Sankhya Yoga and different yoga philosophy, and this reading of different scriptures, literatures by sadhus, Vaishnavas, Satvata, devotees, pure personalities and all. All of this. Upagiya Mana Mahatmyam. All this, they glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what is Yashoda's mood? She considers that Krishna to be her ordinary child. This. पढ़िए कमंगा अनुवाद. Sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are studied through the three Vedas, the Upanishads, the literature of Sankhya Yoga, and other Vaishnava literature. Yet, Mother Yashoda considered that Supreme Personality her ordinary child.
है ना? Uh, Yashoda considered Krishna to be her origin, and literally, she's like, Are Bapre, in darkness you get fear, you get worried when it is evening time, when it starts a bit raining or some storm and you panic. You know? When a cat passes by, you jump and run away, calling Mama, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. All of this. And he's God? No way. Such is Braj Bhakti, the opulence. माधुर्य भगवत्ता सार है ना the essence of bhakti is what madhurya sweetness and all the opulence gets covered by this sweetness. This we see in all the pastimes of Brajalila. So that sweet bhakti we have to approach. And the way is again by taking a shelter of a bona fide personality, and in good association, good inspiring association, anugatya bhav, and preparing our attitude. Staying humble, becoming humble, and continuing persevering in everything. So here, Traya Chopanishad Vascha, Sankhya Yogashcha Satvata, all the literatures and all they are glorifying Krishna. है ना? Krishna is this, God is that, directly, indirectly glorifying Krishna. है ना? Chintamani, Prakarasu Sadva, Kalpa Vriksha, what not Krishna, you are Antaryami. So much glorification. But Yashoda says, whatever he would be, है ना? होगा जो भी होगा, होगा. है ना? For me, he is my son, Baba. है ना? Hoga, whatever. So in Braj, actually, Krishna is not taken as God. No. God is who? God is Narayan. God is Narayan. Is Krishna God? No. God is who? God is Narayan. Narayan. So in Braj, Krishna is not taken as God. In Nanda Baba, in Nandalaya, they have in the temple room, they have what? Narayan, okay. Worship Narayan. And like this Bajwasi. So this Bhakti, na, again, Yashoda put down Krishna. He got so much angry, but this is Kulyena Krishna Nusilanam. So it is very good. It is very good. This is what we desire. But what the demons and all Kamsa, also he was throughout obsessed with Krishna. But that obsession was not to bring joy to Krishna, no? That obsession was not at all good. We do not want to have that sort of obsession. We want to have obsession as the gopis have. That obsession we want to desire. Through every faculty of us, thinking about the glories of Krishna, the beauty of Krishna, the joy of Krishna, the seva of Krishna. And again, when we say Krishna, we mean Radha Krishna. So, this Uttama Bhakti, Anya Abhilashita Sunyam. No more desire for what to speak of mundane desires. Na? This is why Bhagavatam, Vaishnava literature or Krishna consciousness is a transcendental platform. It is above dharma, artha, kam, moksha. It is above mundane religiosity, perform religiosity. What will happen? Economic benefits will come. What will you do out of that? Sense gratification. And then you can think of liberation. No, no, no. It is not that. So no other desire, anya bhilashita shunyam, gyan karmadi anavritam. It's not like these desires have to we have to suppress the desires or they become covered up. No, we have to completely grow above those desires, that we don't have any more that desires. We are through. Previously, we might be having those desires, but now I do not harbor any such desire. But you say, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. Anavritam. Avritam means what? To cover. Anavritam is like uncovering. So this Gyan and Karm is not saying that make it zero. No. Gyan has its place, Karm has its place. Why? Because we act using our body, mind, senses, and all. And through karma, we can attain bhakti. We can come to bhakti. Through the faculty of jnana, we can attain bhakti. So the Gyan Karm Adi, else Sankhya and other ways of yoga, mystic meditation and all, we can come to bhakti. Hmm. But what sort of Gyan? Gyan predominantly, this Acharyas say, the writings, teachings is predominantly three categories. What? Tat Pradarth Gyan, Tvam Pradarth Gyan, है ना? And Ji Brahma Ekya Gyan. So one is which gives the revelation of Krishna to us, of God to us, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolute truth, absolute reality, absolute beauty, absolute nature, and the paraphernalia of Krishna, Nam, Roop, Gun, Leela, Dham, Parikar, that. And another Gyan is our, who are we? We are not this body, we are spirit soul, our spiritual identity, the spiritual subject matter. So this gyan is very good, it has its place, proper, it is required, and we want to consolidate it. But this Jeev Brahma Ekya Gyan, that we are Aham Brahmasmi, many Mayavadis say that you are that you are looking for. You become one with God, you merge with God. Soham, Shivoham, I am that personality, I am that. No, that is not the sort of I, me, and mine we are wanting to have. So, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanushilana. This is the Anukulyena Krishnanushilana. Now, what does Anushilan means? We all have come across the definition of Uttama Bhakti. अन्य अभिलाषिता शून्यम ज्ञान कर्मादि अनावृतम आनुकूल्येन विच इज फेवरेबल आनुकूल्येन कृष्णानुशीलनम है ना भक्तिर उत्तम है ना आनुकूल्येन यस कंटिन्यूस आनुकूल्येन इज making efforts, striving, cultivating. And what sort of cultivation? Continuous cultivation, excelling cultivation, growing and growing cultivation. That sort of bhakti is uttama. So it is not like, okay, anukulyena krishnanu shilanam. It's very important. It is not something, okay, I went to a retreat, I went to a Mayapur, I went to Vrindavan, I attended one satsang, one Bhagavad Sapta and all, okay, and that 1 week I did best bhakti. And thereafter, okay, fine, I become casual or relaxing. No, it has to be ever increasing. That is Anushilanam. This is na Yashoda, day and night she's thinking, what should I do for Krishna? What should I cook? His things on everything. Nand Baba throughout the Sakhas, Radharani, Gopis, Manjaris, it's a very active meditation. Joy is in active participation, life is active, it is not niskriya. So anukulyena, favorably we have to think of Guru Gaurang, favorably towards Vaishnavas. How can we serve them favorably? Rather not be a pain, burden, disturbance, annoyance, or anything like that. No. Make them more comfortable rather than disturb them. Anukulyena Krishnanushīlanam. Now, how do we do this cultivation towards this goal, towards this aim? Is a Shuddha Prema Bhakti. Uttama Bhakti is a Shuddha Prema Bhakti. And for us, Uttama Bhakti is what? It will take us to Braj Bhakti, the Ujjwal Bhakti, the Madhurya Bhav Bhakti all together. So this is Rupa Goswami tells us that this is what bhakti is. Now, as we were studying now, what we want to attain, say, or spiritual identity, spiritual body, and all. So this is the bhakti we need to go through it, perform bhakti, and this Uttama Bhakti is classified in three: sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, and prema bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, prema bhakti. In sadhana bhakti comes Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. Yeah? And in bhav, then there is bhav bhakti, and then prema bhakti. Yeah? Now, the Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti, they both come under Sadhana Bhakti, and we understand Vaidhi Bhakti where the the push, the encouragement, the drive to do bhakti, to perform bhakti, is not out of any intense desire. It's not out of followed by greed or hankering. It is more followed by rules and regulations, being attracted towards rules and regulations, scriptural injunctions, following them. And definitely it is must. It's not like we can bypass in practicing, say, wanting to practice Raganuga Bhakti. It is not that we get the license to bypass scriptures. No way. But in Vedic Bhakti, the emphasis is on scriptures, scriptural do's and don'ts, following the injunctions, everything discipline, doing things on time and properly, and out of fear. Out of fear. It is not love centered, it is not love based. It is, there is a sense of duty involved, there is a sense of fear involved there, that okay, it is my duty to love Krishna. Uh, a sense of fear is involved there. But Raganuga Bhakti is not like that. And this sort of Vedic Bhakti is described a little bit in Srimad Bhagavatam in third canto, we believe, and some other places. It is described. So we ask a question. We all do japana, chanting. So you let us know which is the, in terms of our attitude, which is better. That I want Krishna because I love Krishna, or I love Krishna because I want Krishna. Krishna, I want Krishna because I love him, or I love Krishna because I want him. I'll say again, think, I want Krishna because I love him, or I love Krishna because I want him. So what is Suvilasini? You say I want Krishna because I love him. Kamanga Harini?
I want Krishna because I love him.
Hmm. Anyone else? Neha, Ritik,
I want Krishna
Premanjali,
because I love him.
Premanjana, Anuja, any thought? I want Krishna because I love him, or I love Krishna because I want him. So what is wrong in I love Krishna because I want him? What is wrong in that?
It becomes very transactional relationship, Prabhuji.
But still you are having a transaction with Krishna, Baba. Is that not good? Hey, Baba, you are wanting Krishna, no? I want Krishna because I love him, or I love Krishna because I want him. Even transactional, but who are you transacting with, dealing with? Krishna, na? So it's not like the other is condemned. It's not like the other is wrong. We see na in Chaitanya Chaitanya, Krishna kahe ama bhaje mage vishay sukha. How do Mahaprabhu says na? Ama bhaje mage vishay sukha. अमृत छाड़ी विष मागी एई बड़ो मूर्ख आमी विज्ञे जीवे विष केन दिबो स्वचरणामृत दिया विषे भुलाइबो. That our status what? See, Dhruva Maharaj, he went, approached Krishna, na? wanting what? A status higher than Lord Brahma. But as he engaged in devotional service, he was so purified and he felt embarrassed when Krishna appeared. He felt embarrassed. Yeah, sort of. So, and this Mahaprabhu says, na, आमा भजे मांगे विशेष सुख है. भजन तो मेरा करता है ना. कैसा पागल आदमी है, crazy madman does my bhajan and he's asking for Maya. He's asking for matter, है ना. But it's okay. It's okay. Still, he has come to me, na. Like someone, if someone is in need of money, and if he approaches his father, that father, I need 100 rupees, 10,000 rupees, give me 10,000 rupees, then it is not considered as a loan. Yeah. It is okay to go to one's father to ask. So Krishna says, okay, he's coming to me, asking from me, but asking matter. But anyways, at least he's come to me, na? Good, good. Let him come to me. I will give him the association of my devotees. I will give him the nectar in Krishna consciousness. And that ways I will take away all of his lower desires, lower temptations, all of this lower taste, such higher taste. So certainly of all of the two, this is much better. Definitely what? I want Krishna because I love him. Because our cause, we want to be caused by love. Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam. Love means serving. And how? Something which is favorable, something which is pleasing. Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam. And this something which we strive for over and over continuously, more and more, better and better. Bhakti Uttama. So Vedi Bhakti is governed more by rules, regulations, do's and don'ts. This is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, you got it right, you got it wrong, how many years, the track record, what is the status, become disciplined, okay, thorough. You should be by the scriptural injunctions. Are you following by the books? Are you following by the rule book? By the law book? Rule book, law book meaning by the scriptural rule book, law book, okay, then fine. Otherwise, no. Now bring Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 9, text 126, we believe. We can see could be a little bit up and down. That is Vedi Bhakti. Now the Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada established the Society of Krishna Consciousness, or Rupa Goswami in his Padyavali, or all our acharyas, the practice of Krishna consciousness, even from day one, we get to know what? It is a love-based practice. Krishna Prem is what we are aiming for. And greed. Lolyam, tatra lolyam mulyam janma kotina sukritina labhyate. What is the translation? We believe it. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna Himself. You know the purport of your activities, and the person whom you enlighten can also understand your pastimes. Next. 27. Personal conjugal love. Okay, 28. 28 or 29, or actually 31, I think. Yeah, but see, by following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of planet, in the of the inhabitants of the planet known as Brajaloka or Golok Vrindavan, one can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. So this is Raganuga Bhakti. Without coming into a stage of Raganuga Bhakti, we cannot enter Vrindavan. We cannot get Braj Bhakti. Doesn't matter, we may chant 16 lakh thousand crore rounds of japa. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, we may attend 108,000 Rath Yatras. And whatever Mangal Aartis, seminars, sessions, this and that. until and unless that invocation of greed, hankering has come about in our consciousness, then okay, we follow this bhakti dharma, reading, hearing, chanting, associating with devotees, taking prasadam, all of this, until and unless that greed is invoked. It will keep us from becoming adharmic. It will keep us from becoming sinful, falling down more and more, say. It will keep us the path of devotee association will always be open. It will keep that doors open. We will be going. But for us to actually relish bhakti, to say that okay, I'm practicing Krishna consciousness, then what? How do you practice? It is like this. Read Kamanga Harini translation, please.
Prabhu, Mataji has left. Can I read?
You read.
By following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of the planet known as Brajaloka or Goloka Vrindavan, one can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. However, in the planet, the inhabitants do not know the Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God.
Exactly. So in Braj, no one knows. No one takes him to be God. No one takes him to be God. है ना? In Braj. What is it? सखा शुद्ध सख्य भावे कोरे स्कंदे आरोहन सखा शुद्ध सख्य भावे कोरे स्कंदे आरोहन तुमी कौन बड़ो लोक तुमी आमी सम सखा शुद्ध सख्य भावे कोरे स्कंदे आरोहन तुमी कौन बड़ो लोक तुमी आमी सम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे है ना we see sakha shuddha sakhya bhava in pure friendship. What do they do? Kare skande arohana. Skanda means shoulders. Arohan is to climb over. In pure friendship, they climb over Krishna's shoulder. And what do they say? Hey, tumi kona bado loko? You think you are a big man, a big guy, important, or someone too smart, intelligent, or above us, or whatever? तुम्ही कोण बडो लोको तुम्ही आम्ही सम you and I are equal, okay? Now don't act smart. You have lost in this game. You have to become a horse. You have to do the punishment. You have to go through the punishment. Don't think that okay, you are the son of a king or this and that. No, that is pure friendship. So in Braj, no one takes Krishna to be God, and he loves it. He loves it. Such is our practice of Krishna consciousness should be. So, Vedi Bhakti, the concept of God is there. This is God. This is how you follow godly rules, regulations, injunctions. Morning wake up, Brahma Muhurat, this, that, all of that. Again, in Kali Yuga is fantastic. One of the things I really admire about Kali Yuga is so many disclaimers have to be given. So many, because we are so, we can take things out of context. We may mean something, take blow things out of proportion, this and that. But bhakti is saral, bhakti is sahaj. So this thing, in Vedi Bhakti, these rules, regulations, everything is there. Now the Braj Bhakti, in Krishna book in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Prabhupada writes that Krishna and Balram, they are playing, and they are playing with cows. They're pulling the tails of the calves. All of this fun is happening there. Now someone in Vedi Bhakti, he cannot do this, Baba. He cannot relish such scriptures. He cannot. He cannot desire to say, okay, this is bhakti or like this. No. Like an example, that Narad Muni sees this Brahmana. Or Brahmana sees Narad Muni. Oh, Narad Muni, Jai Ho, welcome Narad Muni. Can you Tell us what is Narayan doing. You must be coming from my Lord's abode, na? What is my Lord doing? Your Lord. Okay, he's pinning. He's pinning an elephant through the eye of a needle. Hey, Narad Muni, stop joking. What is this sort of joke? No? So, point is again in Vedic Bhakti, emphasis is on rules and regulations. Those who are practitioners, they are driven by. It is not wrong. It's not wrong. They are driven more so by rules, regulations, by fear, scriptural codes and conduct. But Raganuga Bhakti is not like that. Now, for us to attain Braj Bhakti, for us to attain Krishna Prem, we have to come to the stage of Raganuga Bhakti. And also Raganuga Bhakti does not mean we stop chanting and all, no. So what is Raganuga Bhakti? Na? Rag is what? Rag means attachment. Krishna says na in Bhagavad Gita 4.10 na Vitarag Bhaya Krodha, na? Giving up fear, attachment, rag, bhay, krodha and anger. Na? You will attain me, come to me. Krishna says na this in that saintly personalities have purified their existence in previous lives. Vitarag Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Mam Upashrita. Na? Bhavo jnana tapasa puta mad bhavan atmana. So rag is what? Attachment. Rag wind. Now raga nuga is what? Anug is become following the lead of attachment, the emotion of attachment. So Raganuga Bhakti is done with greed, it is done with attachment, it is done with desire. Bhakti, when it is done with desire, when it is done with greed, wherein intelligence is surrendered, wherein intelligence is locked, wherein this I should chant the holy name of Lord. No. I chant the holy name of Lord. That I hanker, I yearn, I long, I desire, I crave. That so that when it is done with hankering, desire, craving, greed, that is Raganuga Bhakti. When following that, and so sadhana bhakti, this Vedi bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Now within Raganuga Bhakti also there is a Sambandhanuga Bhakti and Kamanuga Bhakti. Sambandhanuga Bhakti is in Braj, the servants of Lord Shri Krishna, Ratrak, Patrak and other servants now of Lord Shri Krishna. Then the Sakhya, those who are in Sakhya Bhav, those who are in Vatsalya Bhav, they all perform Raganuga Bhakti. The servants of Lord Shri Krishna in Braj also perform Raganuga Bhakti. But it is Sambandhanuga. They know, okay, this is my relationship with Krishna, and becoming Anuga, following that relationship like that, they perform Bhakti like Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. They all follow Sambandh Anuga Raganuga Bhakti. Actually, Yashoda, Nanda Baba, they are the eternal associates of the Lord. So they are Ragatmika Bhakt. Those who are eternal associates, parshads, the relations of the Lord, they are called Ragatmika Bhakt. And for us, Raganuga Bhakti is to follow the lead of a Ragatmika Bhakt. When we follow the lead of a Ragatmika Bhakt, then we are performing Raganuga Bhakti. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is fascinating. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu brings out. We should be studying. In ISKCON Desire Tree, there is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu book. ISKCON Desire Tree, so many books we'll find there. Online versions and those who have hard copy, best. Read with hard copy. So, sadhana, when we engage our senses, to serve Krishna. But with what purpose? To purify our senses so that we can, the purpose of sadhana bhakti is to go into bhav bhakti, enter bhav bhakti. And purpose of bhav bhakti is to enter into prema bhakti. Now from sadhana bhakti, how do we go into bhav bhakti? By first coming into raganuga bhakti. Vedic Bhakti, actually we see the way Prabhupada has given us this Krishna consciousness, it is not at all Vedic Bhakti. Because our object, our desired object, our destination goal is not a Vedic Bhakti goal. The means is also not Vedic Bhakti, the end is also not Vedic Bhakti. It is Raganuga Bhakti only. And in our personal sadhana, so much love has to be amassed in Krishna consciousness, say, hankering desire, mercy, humility, that we stop seeing that, okay, Krishna is God, no. Radha Krishna or God, no, no, no. Yeah. Krishna is God, no. God is Krishna, yes, that is true. Yeah. Krishna is God, no one takes that in Braj, no. God, yeah, God could be Krishna. Krishna is not God. So that God is a person, this, that has to come about. So Raganuga Bhakti, this Sambandhanuga Bhakti and Kamanuga Bhakti. So the gopis of Braj, the Bhakti they do is Kamanuga, is with a Kamanuga. Now, Kam is lust. But we do not find, seeing the hankering of the gopis, there is no other English word, there is no other word. How do we express such hankering? How do we express such desperation? So our Acharya say, okay, Kamanuga Bhakti. Because there is no other way to express this hankering, this desperation. And it is like gold and iron, although metal, but they are completely opposite in nature. Na? So such is lust and love, completely opposite in nature. It appears as lust, the love of gopis for Krishna, but it is anything but lust. Anything but lust. Yeah? And anything which we do in societal sense, it could be seen so noble, so sanctioned by the society. But if it is not anukulyena krishnanushilanam, it is lust only. We are satisfying our greed, our agenda, our identity, our thought process, knowledge and all, everything. Yeah? What is that? Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami helps us understand in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nije इच्छा प्रीति वांछा ना तारे बोले काम. Krishna ichha priti vancha dhare prem naam, like that. To satisfy one's senses and all, that is lust, and to satisfy Krishna's senses, that is love. So the bhakti the gopis did is kamanuga bhakti, because they, and what drove that passion amongst the gopis? What drove that passion? This gopis, what drove that desire, that passion amongst the for the gopis to go after Krishna? In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu itself, Rupa Goswami's Visina, what how does it start? That Udgana, Rupa Goswami wants us, or actually is encouraging us to go to Vrindavan, do not go to Kesi Ghat, but he's encouraging us to go to Kesi Ghat, Kesi Tirtha Upakanthe, Smeram Bhangi Traya Parichitam Sachi Vistina Drishtim Vamsinyasta Dhara Kishalayam Ujvalam Chandrakenam गोविन्दाख्यां हरितनुमित केशितीर्थ उपकण्ठे मा प्रेक्षिस्ता तव यदि सखे बन्धुसङ्गे स्थिरङ्गे. Smeram Bhangi Traya Parichitam. Smeram is smiling. So Kirtanya Sadari or someone please bring on screen. Smeram Bhangi Traya Parichitam Sachi Vistirna Drishtim. Traya Parichitam. He is Bhangi Traya Parichitam. He is three bent fold, Krishna, from the neck, from the waist, from his knees. Smeram smilingly, Bhangi Traya Parichitam, Sachi Vistirna Drishtim, and he gives such a, his glance is dangerous. Vamsi Nyasta Dhara Kisalayam, flute on his lips, he is holding, Ujvalam Chandrakena, on a moonlit night, beautiful moonlit night, Purnima night. Govind Akhyam, his name is what? The Akhya he gets is Govind, one who gives pleasure to the senses of Brajvasis. Wow. what pleasure he gives. And Govindakyam Haritanumita. This Haritanumita, God is a person, his body. Keshi Tirtha Upakande, he's standing on the banks of Yamuna, Keshi Tirtha there. Ma Prekshista Tava Yadi Sake Bandhu Sangistirange. So if this is Rupa Goswami telling us, all of us, that if we desire to have some love towards friends, family members, society, and all, then better not practice Krishna consciousness, better not come across devotees, better not chant Hare Krishna, and dare not understand what is Raganuga Bhakti, and dare not pray to be engaged, involved in Raganuga Bhakti. So bring translation, we can request and see if Premanjana is okay to read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. स्क्रीन विजिबल नहीं है.
Screen visible नहीं है. So Ritik, are you able to see?
ओके,
Yes.
अब विजिबल है.
Okay, so read Premanjana.
My dear friend, if you are indeed attached to your worldly friends, do not look at the smiling face of Lord Govinda as he stands on the bank of the Yamuna at Keshi Ghat. Casting sidelong glances, he places his flute to his lips, which seem like newly blossomed twigs. His transcendental body, bending in three places, appears very bright in the moonlight.
Hari bol, है ना? So Rupa Goswami actually telling us that Baba, go to Vrindavan, है ना? Go to Vrindavan, and in Vrindavan go and search for Krishna. Go to Keshi Ghat, go and search for Krishna there. Listen to the vibrations, listen to the holy name there. And this is like, okay, this thing, although it's like don't do this, but the message is clear that do this, follow this. So this is Raganuga Bhakti. And the gopis, they follow this Kamanuga Bhakti. They are so much disturbed by the beauty of Samsundar, by his beauty. So this beauty of Sham Sundar has to come about. But again, when we say beauty of Sham Sundar, for us, we are appreciating, by saying this, we are appreciating who? Radharani. Her love. Her love for Sham Sundar. That we are appreciating. Actually, for us, the all foundational is this, we see, this राधा संगे यदा भाति तदा मदन मोहना अन्यथा विश्व मोहो अपि स्वयं मदन मोहिता. Radha sange yada bhati, when Krishna is with Radharani, tada madan mohana, then he is like madan mohana, then he is victorious over Kamdev and everyone, he is enchanting everyone. Anyatha Vishwa Mohopi, but without the association, say, of Radharani, he might still be enchanting everyone. But Swayam, for himself, Madan Mohitas, for himself, he's pained by in his heart very much. He's disturbed in his heart very much. His lust, and when we say lust, not on societal sense, his desire to associate, unite with Radharani, to spend time with her, to be with her, to see her, talk to her, touch her, everything is, when that is not held, he gets very restless. He gets very restless. So this is Raganuga Bhakti, understanding the mood of Brajvasis, the Ragatmika Bhakts of Radha Krishna, Nanda Baba, Yashoda, Kirtida, Vrishabhanu, Dev, them Vrishabhanu, and following their lead. So the gopis, the bhakti they do is Kamanuga Bhakti. And within this Kamanuga Bhakti also, there is like one is Sambhoga Echamai Bhakti, Sambhoga Atmika. They want to unite with Krishna. That. And another is Tat Tat Bhav Echamai Bhakti. One is to serve the gopis in uniting with Krishna. And this is where we fall. To serve Radharani in uniting with Krishna, in meeting with Krishna. That is where we come about, and that sort of mood. Now, this Raganuga Bhakti, becoming driven by desire, driven by hankering, driven by greed. That greed has to be the driving force. So in Raganuga Bhakti, the impetus, the push of performing bhakti is what? It is one's hankering, it is one's desire. And the manner or the process of worship, in Arti, Puja, Thalina, what is the worship they do? The worship one does in Raganuga Bhakti or desires to do is Manasi Seva, or worship of the Leelas, the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna with Radharani. Not worship as such. Actually, we see what Mahaprabhu has come to give. We do not desire to worship the Leelas of Krishna with Yashoda or Nanda Baba, or with Sakhas. We have great respect for it, love as well for it. But what is our heart should be hankering for? We sing Tulsi Maharani Arti, Vilas Kunje Diyo Vas. Now, who resides in the Vilas Kunj? It is Krishna, Radharani, and the gopis. They reside in the Vilas Kunj. Sakhas do not reside there, Baba. Nayane Heribo Sada Yugal Rupa Rasi. Who is the Yugal Rupa? Radha Krishna, So, this way, the worship done in Raganuga Bhakti is worship of Leelas, the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna with our Swamini Srimati Radharani. And in this Leela, in the worship of Leelas, you see, the beauty of Leela is what? Name is included in the Leela, Naam, the meditation of Naam, the presence of Naam personified is present in Leelas. Roop is personified present in Leelas, Naam, Roop. Gun is personified present in Leela. Naam, Roop, Gun, Leela. Dham is personified present in Leelas. Abharan, paraphernalia is personified present in Leelas. Parikar, personified present in Leelas. So the meditation, the worship in Raganuga Bhakti is worship of Leela, of the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. That Manasi Seva, that stage, one has to pray, one has to crave, one has to yearn, beg, cry, hanker. And it is not something by doing 4 hours, 6 hours Zoom, daily say, or by studying or doing extra rounds, by learning slokas, quoting slokas, or by doing full Nirjala Ekadashi. All these ways one cannot attain. By doing all this, if one could have attained, why would Lakshmi be bereft of Krishna's association in Braj? Okay. Lakshmi is present throughout in Braj, but she is not able to give up her Lakshmi Pana. I'm the Lord, I'm the consort of Narayan. She is struggling to still take the Anugatya Bhav of the gopis. She is struggling to do that. So for us as well, doesn't matter. It's not the quantification, how much and all. No, it is coming to a stage wherein we take humble association. We learn to be a follower. This hankering, divine hankering too, this can be attained only by greed, by mercy. So the worship again is done of Leelas, Manasi Seva. We cannot force ourselves, we cannot push ourselves by doing this, that, and that does not mean that we do not chant our rounds. We chant even more attentively. Now you tell me, after coming across such, when we are exposed to Krishna consciousness as it is in its form by our Guru Vargas, by Gurudev, by Rupa Goswami, by Srila Prabhupada through his writings and all, how can we not chant attentively? Will we not want to chant attentively? Will we not want to wake up more early? Will we not be more humble, careful in our sadhana? We will be much better. We will become good servants, more loyal, humble, better servants. This impetus, unless the prayojan, the lobe of becoming a pure devotee of the Lord is brought in front of us, unless that fascination is brought in front of us of Bhagavad Dham, Divya Seva, how will that lobe come about? Na? The greed won't come about just like that. Unless we are exposed to that realm. We are told about that realm. Na? And then our personal participation, our personal engagement, involvement, it is extremely important. We are not a bystander in Krishna consciousness. We are an active agent, active practitioner, participant. So the worship is done, worship of the Leela, Manasi Seva. And naturally, in one's bhajan, in one's japa, in one's sadhana, naturally he will get the absorption in the Leela. He would want to hear more and more Krishna Katha, more and more the pastimes of Radha Krishna. He would want to hear, he would hanker, he would pray, he would make himself available to hear more and more. And these pastimes, he will contemplate on these pastimes. Day and night, he will contemplate on these pastimes, think about them. He will read the scriptures more and more, chant more and more, associate with devotees more and more, sing more Lalsa Mai Pratna, prayers, everything. And by the mercy of then engaging in Hari Katha like this, praying to Gurudev, then the sadhaka transforms himself from Raganuga Bhakti to Bhav Bhakti. Until we come to a Smaran Avasthana, this Smaran, our Dhruvanusmriti, that our Smaranam of a remembrance of the pastime of Radha Krishna becomes more and more strong, more and more consolidated. There is no opening of Bhav Bhakti, no entrance to Bhav Bhakti. No. Then by the mercy of Shri Guru, actually all this comes by the mercy of Gurudev. All of this. By the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide sadhu, a pure devotee, Mahat Purush. Then what happens? His remembrance becomes more and more stable, more and more strong. And this is something to cry, only by crying, only by praying. And when it becomes more and more strong, then what does he see? He gets dreams, visions of those pastimes. They stand out. The details of those pastimes, everything gets revealed in the heart. Everything. And then what further happens? He sees himself in those pastimes in his Shuddha Chinmay, Shuddha spiritual identity. He sees himself. That is then entering into Bhav Bhakti and consolidating that Bhav Bhakti, enters into Prema Bhakti. So we have to religiously study scriptures, we have to chant the holy names of the Lord. How does one become greedy? Like this, by reading scriptures, by chanting the holy names of the Lord. How does one become greedy? By taking darshan of deities. Many go to Mayapur and Vrindavan, seeing Radha Sham Sundar, seeing Radha Madhav with Ashta Sakhis. Oh wow, beautiful. Oh, whenever we go to Vrindavan, seeing that in that Angrezo ka mandir we go and seeing them chanting Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Hare Hare. Some of our friends, family members share us with us na that we went to your ISKCON temple, your temple in Vrindavan, that Hare Rama, Hare Krishna temple, and you, so beautifully you dress the deities there. Huh? uh, and all of this. So by taking darshan of the deities, definitely one becomes greedy. One would like to see them more and more. Is it not? We hear na in Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita through devotees, one king in South India. Uh, uh, he used to admire the beauty of his wife so much heavily. Then he was told, okay, have you seen Suvilasini? You know this pastime, right? Which temple was it and what king? So many kings in South India. This Kula Shekhara, a king. He wrote beautiful poems and songs. And one of the prayer Prabhupada used to chant a lot, Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaj Panjarantam Adveya Me Vishatu Manas Rajahamsa Prana Prayana Samaye Kaphavat Pithe Kantha Vidau Smaranam Kutaste. King Kulasekhara is a king and he became a devotee, a pure devotee of the Lord. And what is his writing? His Udgar is saying, Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaj Panjarantam. The lotus feet, remembrance of your lotus feet is so difficult, is so rare. Prana Prayana Samaye, at the time of leaving my body, Kantha avarodhan vidau smaranan kutaste. My throat gets choked up with bile, air, mucus, Who can take this risk, Baba, that will remember Krishna at the time of death? No, not at all. And at the time of death, extremely difficult. This is why honest time is now. In all our family members, we would have come across someone who is in 60s, 70s, 80s, And sometimes we say, okay, how come in 60s and you are still stuck up like this, thinking like this, societal thinkings, complaints, upset, crying, cribbing, or jealousy, all of this. We don't want this. But what do we want? Remembrance of the pastime of Radha Krishna, which has to be begun now. Praying for it. Praying for it has to begin now. So prana prayana samaye kapavata pitthe. Kantha avarodhan vidau smaranam kutaste. How can I remember you at the end of my life? Bless us. So this remembrance again. So this king in South India, we'll believe, he was so attached to his wife. He found his wife most beautiful. He would, wherever like his wife would walk, the umbrella on top mirror, and he would follow. He would go looking at his wife only. He wouldn't want to look away from his wife. Then he came across devotees. Devotees told him, was it Ranganathan or somewhere in South India, that, oh, have you seen Mangal Aarti there? Devotees somehow maneuvered him and the king and got him to attend Mangal Aarti or take darshan of the deity there, Vishnu temple. And there, taking darshan of Lord Vishnu, of Krishna, he was so mesmerized by the darshan in Sri Rangam. He was so mesmerized by the darshan of the Lord. He's like, he found like, okay, this is the highest taste. Then he gave up like association of his wife in that societal sense. In that sense. Yamunacharya, his prayer, Mama, this overall, this message is this, like taking darshan of deities will make us greedy. This will make us greedy. Association of sadhu sang will make us greedy. Reading, hearing, japa will make us greedy. Going to holy places, Vrindavan, Mayapur. When we go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, and do parikrama, associate with devotees, attend programs, chant the Leela Stalis. When we actually are in that Leela Stalis where those pastimes happen, we can pray, we become greedy. But all the one-stop shop is at the lotus feet of Shiva. Yeah. We can never bypass that. We can never bypass the coming of Vaishnavas in our life, the coming of spiritual master, the joy of being accepted, and the willingness to hanker, to be sheltered by a bona fide personality, yeah, to be called as I belong to him, I am him, his, this thing that will consolidate our reading here, that will consolidate our Leela Smaran, that will consolidate our darshan of deities, that will consolidate our japa and everything. Without it, no, it won't fructify. It won't give us the desired result. It won't work without it. Yeah? And Shiv Guru is our via medium to Vaikuntha, to Goloka. He is our via medium. So that ways when sadhaka's Leela Smaran becomes heavily consolidated, then he gets into Bhav Bhakti. These Leelas appear in his vision, in his dreams, daytime, nighttime. Yeah. Shri Guru, Gurudev, Vaishnavas, transcendental personalities appear in the vision. In those Leelas, he sees himself. In his Chinmay, the Chinmay Swarup, Seva. All of this comes about. And then he goes into Prema Bhakti. And at the stage of Prema Bhakti, this body cannot handle Prema Bhakti. This body cannot handle it. At the stage of Prema Bhakti, what happens? He quits this body, and by the mercy of Gurudev, which gets translated in the mercy of Yog Maya, he finds birth in another planet, in another universe, another planet, where Krishna is performing his pastime in the womb of a gopi. Yeah? And what we are hankering for is in the womb of a gopi, he gets the birth as a manjari, as a gopi, yeah? In a female body. And there she gets more further and further training. She literally sees Krishna there. She literally sees Radharani there. She literally sees gopis there. She literally sees Nanda Baba, Yashoda, Kirtida, Vishabhanu. Yeah? She sees all these pastimes. She becomes friends with one of the gopis there. Imagine, can we see this? Being accepted by gopis, being sheltered by them. She becomes friend with a gopi there. Yeah? All by the mercy of spiritual master, Gurudev. Gets further and further training, seva there to pick flowers, to give flowers, to cook, to clean, to wash, to dry, what not, to send message, to encrypt message, decode a message, all of this, everything, iron, what not, gets more and more seva in training. Yeah? And in that Gopi Day, she has parents, family members, all Brajvasis. Yeah? She then gets married also, but gets the association of Radharani. She sees her spiritual master like we see na, in the writings of our acharyas, na, Rupa Goswami introducing Narottam Das Thakur, na, Champak Lata Manjari, Rupa Goswami bringing Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Manjari to Radharani. Oh, she's very humble. She's very attentive. She's very dear. She's a good listener. She's a good follower. I thought she will be good for this seva. She's a good cook. Radharani, ask Rupa Manjari, who is this? Who is she? I brought this to you for your seva, Rupa Manjari. So Sri Guru then takes us by the hand towards Radharani, engages us in the seva of Radharani. If at all we believe, if at all we have faith, if at all we realize, if at all we hanker, we pray that yes, Shri Guru is in Nikunja Leela, and that is what we are being given to by all our acharyas, all the Vaishnavas. So this is entrance into Raganuga Bhakti, entrance into Bhav Bhakti, entrance into then Prema Bhakti, like this. And the emotions that come about, the Satvik Vikar, Ashta Satvik Vikar, body shivering, body becomes very slim, like all the air in the body is succumbed, body becomes so heavy, hair standing on end, crying and crying, or laughing and laughing. But we cannot make show of this. We cannot. No one can anyways do a sustainable make show of it. If someone has humility, if someone has Krishna Prem, he will never say, one who has Krishna Prem, he will never say, I have Krishna Prem. He will never say. Rather, he will experience how far I am, how far I am, how fallen I am, how much less lobhi I am, how less merciful I am. This is the paradox here. Unless we are attracted, pulled in by the paradoxical nature of Krishna consciousness, we won't find a good relish in Krishna consciousness. We wouldn't. A question comes, this is what na seva sadhak rupena siddha rupena chatre. These are the slokas of Raganuga Bhakti. So share screen Chaitanya Chaitamit Madhya Lila chapter 9 text 131. We read na 28, 29. In Vrindavan, no one takes Krishna to be God. And clearly we see that how to attain Braj Bhakti is by performing Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga means again becoming Anuga, following the passion, the attachment, the rag, the mood. So maybe someone can share on screen or see Chaitanya Chaitamit Madhya Leela chapter 9 text 133 131. We'll read one or two verses, and we are conscious of time as well, so we'll close it soon. Any thoughts, questions, comments, or any clarifications, then kindly let us know. Chaitanya Chaitamit Madhya Leela, Chaitanya Sadhar is being, chapter 9, text 131. We believe it should be Madhya Leela, chapter 9 only, I think, and text 131. But this scroll down. I think we read the translation, so we read again, scroll down. In Braj, no one takes Krishna as God. One who worships the Lord by following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of Brajabhumi. They all got Ragatmika, Raganuga Bhaktas. So following in that footsteps, we perform Raganuga Bhakti, attains Krishna in the transcendental planet of Vraj, where he is known as the son of Maharaj Nanda. He is not known as God. He is the son of Maharaj Nanda. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, 8.6, what does he say? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajjanti anta kalevaram. Tam tam evati konteya sada tad bhavita, bhava bhavita. So as we, based on our meditation, on our remembrance, on our thinking, contemplation, we are formulating our new body, next body. Now we can formulate our Divya body. As long as we meditate on it, the body is there. Go to the next shloka. Scroll down. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, no way. To those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body same as the self. So for us as well, if we bypass devotee association and want to do sadhana, Arey Baba, what is sadhana? The provision of sadhana is Vaishnav Seva. You know? That is the only provision. We should never get any fanatic about our sadhana. That, oh no, this is my vows. I do daily 2 hours. Of course, we respect and we have to do. We have to do. I'm not saying take it casual or anything, no. But the essence, the spirit, the mood has to be understood. The mood has to be understood. Go to the next verse. So the essence, the spirit, the mood of sadhana is all what? To help us crave for the association of a Raganuga devotee, a Raganuga Bhakta. No, I don't think so. This is the one which we were thinking. Great only. But okay. Anyways, so this association of Raganuga Bhakti is always desired. That is desired. And from there we go into Bhav Bhakti, and from there into Shuddha Prema Bhakti. And then Prem also, na, it transforms into Sneh, Man, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. Na? There's nothing static. Now question comes, when, at what stage? Na? At what stage can we start Raganuga Bhakti? At the stage of Shraddha, at the stage of Bhajan Kriya, at the stage of Sadhu Sang, at the stage of Nishtha, Asakti, what stage? So this is a question for all of us. What do you say? At what stage does one start? And when? After practicing Krishna consciousness for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? When can one enter into Raganuga? And how does one enter into Raganuga Bhakti? Greed to okay, greed we understand, yes. How does one get that greed?
By Sadhu Sang,
By sadhu sang, more specific sadhu sang, है ना? More specific sadhu sang.
by associating with the devotees who are doing Vraja Bhakti.
एक बताएं, share in, bring on screen, Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.11. This is the sutra of advancing in Krishna consciousness. है ना? एतवानेव यजताम् इहे निःश्रेयसोदये भगवती अचलो भावो यद भागवत संगता. है ना? We all should memorize this shloka, or we all should be aware of this message. Sukdev Goswami is telling us. Etavan eva yajatam ihe nishreya sodaya. Of all those different kind of worshippers. Yajatam, na? Those who are doing different worshipping and all. Ihe Nishreyas Odaya. This is the Nishreyas, the ultimate Odaya, the rising, the manifestation, the development of highest benediction. Nishreyas Odaya is what? Bhagavati Achalo Bhavo. Unflinching faith, love, devotion, surrender, attachment towards the lotus feet of Shri Krishna, towards the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. How will that come about? Yad Bhagavata Sangata. है ना? Suvilasini, read translation.
All the different kind of worshippers of multi-demigods can attain the highest perfectional benediction, which is spontaneous attraction, unflinchingly fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by the association of the pure devotee of the Lord.
Now again, see in the word meanings in the shloka. Scroll little bit up and tell me where in the shloka and the word meanings only word is there. Prabhupada writes in the translation, only by the association of the pure devotee of the Lord. But can you tell me where is only there in the synonyms and in the shloka, in the Sanskrit? Etavan eva yajatam. Of all these different worshippers, different kinds of worshippers doing their worship, iha nishreya sodaya, the highest benediction, is what? Bhagavati achalo bhavo, yad bhagavata sangata. So it is not by chanting these many rounds, extra rounds, doing these many parikramas, Mangal Aartis, food for life, this education, that Mangal, all of this, no? Same time, not denying that we don't have to do, Baba, we have to literally spread out fully all together. But the nucleus, the central point is what? Yad Bhagavat Sangata, finding that pure devotee. तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलो श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना. है ना? Bhurida Jana. Jana is people, persons. है ना? Bhurida, who are very kind, compassionate, magnificent, है ना? And who are distributing, giving out. What? Tava Krathamritam Tapta Jivanam. है ना? Who is it who is giving out to us? Na? Krishna Katha. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. Without it, our hearts is burning, scorching. We will be disturbed by the three modes of material nature since eternity, and might as well for eternity, until we come across hearing Krishna Katha. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. Kavi Viriditam Kalma Shapaham. So when actually when we come across a pure Vaishnava and hear Hari Katha, Krishna Katha, na? Radha Krishna's pastime, from that bona fide personality, that is then bhakti sprouts in our heart. That is bhakti. And that hankering, that will cause that hankering, that will certainly cause the hankering, certainly. That will guarantee the hankering, and that will solidify, that will give a proper structure to the hankering as well. So just like it is Raganuga Bhakti, one can practice, one who has got Shraddha and in association. It's not like first we have to come out of Anarth Nivriti, then you can go into Raganuga Bhakti. No. It's not like first you have to come out of Nishtha. Like you have to cross the stage of Nishtha, then you can enter Raganuga Bhakti. No. It's not like Ruchi, or it begins at the stage of Ruchi. It begins whenever there is hankering develop. You go to Vrindavan, you take darshan of Radha Sundar, we become hankered. Okay, yeah, wow, how beautiful. That greed, that love is ignited. But that has begun. But then how does that greed, love take a structure in association of devotee? And what sort of devotee? Pure devotee of the Lord. One who has got that wrong. When we come across such a devotee, then we read, chant and all, then gradually, albeit gradually, although gradually, but then we know what destination, what train we are taking, what journey, then we know and we prepare. So it is in Ragvartma Chandrika, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakurji writes, it is not at the stage in Madhurya Kadambini also, he wants us how to we conduct ourselves. And in Ragvartma Chandrika, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that it is not at the stage of Asakti, Nishta, Ruchi or Anatniviti. It can be at any stage, Bhajan Kriya, Anatniviti stage. That Rag. And when it becomes more and more pure, then Anatniviti will go away. This Nishta, Ruchi and Asakti, which is thus root of Bhav, will become manifested. We must be praying for minimum Asakti, minimum. And how long? There's no, it can take 10 lifetimes, 100 lifetimes, 100 years. 10 years, 1 year. There's nothing like that. It's like association is the key. Then the mercy is there, something like Adhunik mercy. Adhunik meaning new, modern mercy. Adhunik means new, modern mercy. Modern mercy meaning that in this life, being exposed to Krishna consciousness and practicing devotees and exposed to them, then we experience a mercy and we hanker. So, okay, then this mercy or mercy coming from previous lives. Yeah, Krishna says in 240 what? Bhakti is like, he says, it's never nush, it is protected, it is saved. So in previous life, those who have done Raganuga Bhajan, but they could not transform themselves to Bhav Bhakti. So in this life, they catch on that fire of Raganuga very nicely, very quickly, very in good time. In good time. But there is no guarantee, Baba. The modes of material nature and all, there is no guarantee. We cannot just, point is, we cannot be casual or lazy. Thing is, all we are left with is prayers. We have to pray fervently, eagerness. Cry, beg, borrow, steal, whatever. Humble, keep this attitude, pray. But this is open for everyone, and any time of the day. Just come and take it. बोलिए हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So, thank you very much for your kind participation and encouragement. Kindly continue blessing us. Again, we study scriptures not out of context, not whimsically, not like picking and choosing what suits us, not quoting scriptures to satisfy our any agenda and all. Pure Prema Bhakti is what we are aspiring to follow all the way through. And it is all to make ourselves humble, to always stay a student, to always stay a follower. This. And rest, there is help all along the way. So, thank you very much, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. We'll continue more, we'll see more on Raganuga Bhakti from Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Chaitanya Chaitamrit, and Bhav Bhakti, Shuddh Prema Bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for very nice class.